Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Councillor's Corner. With me today, I have Councillor Blake Hertz, and we are going to discuss topics that arose from the August monthly council meeting. And we're going to get to know Blake a little bit, and then we'll go right into some of the main topics. So, Blake, how long have you been a councillor for the town of Oyen?
I was elected in October of 2017, so 6 years coming on this October.
Pretty good shift so far. Thank you, probably for all your years doing that. So what was it in the first place that made you want to run for council?
Well, at the time, I was a young person in town and went back in 2017, and I thought maybe it's time for some of us younger people to get more involved in the community and try to make the town our own for the future of our children. So that was kind of the main thing that got me motivated to run for council.
Yeah, that's right. I love that. That's perfect. So I know you don't get a whole bunch of spare time being a dad and a employee and a councillor, but when you do have spare time, what do you enjoy to do?
If I'm not at home with the family, I golf and try to go fishing whenever I can. That's pretty much about it.
Yeah. So. Blake's usually seen around the rink lots.
Yeah. Oh, and reffing hockey too.
And reffing hockey.
But that's work though too. So.
Right. So. Might as well make some money.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we know you a little bit, we're going to go into the topics from the council meeting that was held Tuesday, August 8th. All right, so the main topic of discussion from this council meeting was regarding a discussion held about having a maximum tax rate. Would you dive into this topic with all of us and kind of explain how it started and sort of how the discussion ended up falling out in this council meeting?
Well, it came from a letter we received from a resident in town about the property tax rates and what they pay and the concerns that they had. And obviously we've had many people over the years have brought up concerns about our property tax rates in Oyen. So that letter kind of just really maybe was the straw that broke the camel's back that we really have to do something here. And and we've got a lot of investment starting to happen in our area with the project down in Acadia Valley, the irrigation project. And we kind of looked at it and said we have to get on board and get our ducks in a row for any potential future investment in our area. And having a lower tax rate is probably the best way to do it, to entice people to want to build houses, build businesses in our community rather than building them somewhere else. So that's kind of what spurred it on.
Development. Yeah. And because I believe this came into correspondence at the June meeting, and then council had directed CAO Deb Ross to investigate if there is an option to have a max tax or how we can go about that. And I believe she did bring forward that you cannot set a max tax, but now you're investigating options such as maybe a rebate and it's all still in the discussion phase, though no decisions have been made as of yet.
Well, we looked at it a couple of years ago. We looked at a maximum cap rate and found out that the straight flat cap isn't something that is approved through the MGA, through the municipal affairs. So we're trying to look at different options. And every option we're looking at, whether it be some kind of a rebate system, the goal of it is to lower the mill rate. The end goal is to lower the mill rate for everybody. That is the end goal of what we're looking at doing here.
Residential,
on residential taxes.
Residential.
It's not just a flat cap rate that we're looking at doing for the higher value properties. We want to look at every option, whether it be through new revenue streams or any kind of cuts or changes we can make so we can lower the mill rate across the board for everybody. That's the end goal of all of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it be through having a bunch of new properties built to increase our revenue so we can lower the mill rate or through different revenue streams. But that's our main goal, is to lower the mill rate across the board residential taxes.
Yeah. Yes, and so our CAO is working on a bunch of different scenarios right now, trying to figure out some different rates and dollar figures and all that. And so this item will be being brought forward here to the next council meeting held the second Tuesday of September. So for those interested in the topic, our council meetings are open to the public. So if you'd like to come sit in and listen to the discussion, you're more than welcome. We'll also do another Councillor's Corner afterwards to discuss what had happened.
I think this is a good meeting for people to get involved in and attend, because there is going to be a lot going on.
There is,
and it is always tough with municipal taxes. They are high in Oyen, but the one thing that we've always kind of discussed is our municipal taxes are high, but every dollar of your municipal taxes that you pay to the town of Oyen goes back into your everyday life that you see and use every day.
Yeah, your facilities
versus if your federal income tax, if you make say $100,000 a year, you pay $40,000 in federal income tax.
Nice.
How much of that money do you see every day in your everyday life? So but I understand people's concerns about our property tax rate, and that's really what spurred on this discussion.
Yes. And that's also, I'm not going to say the beauty, but of all the councillors being local townspeople, it also affects you personally. It's not, right? It's not just a job for you, it also affects you personally. So they are working very hard to come up with a solution to this, because it also affects everyone here as well.
And one of our main goals in our different ideas and solutions is to not make cuts to the services that we provide, but to try to see if there is anywhere we can save money to try to lower the tax rate, as well as looking at different revenue streams, maybe we've discussed possibly raising user fees on facilities, maybe looking at not taxing the community as a whole for these facilities, but maybe charging the users a little bit more. We've discussed things like that. Whether or not that's something we do, we don't know. But those are just some of the things that we're looking at doing.
Yeah, some stuff that's getting thrown out there.
Yes, to try to increase revenue streams so we can lower that mill rate across the board for everybody.
That's right. Yes, so like I said, if you guys do want to join in on the discussion in September, we would love you to come out to the council meeting and get involved in this. But other than that, though, Blake, at that meeting, we didn't have one in July this summer. The July regular meeting was canceled. So is there anything you want to let residents know about anything upcoming in the fall or something that happened this summer?
It was without the July meeting, it was a pretty quiet summer on council, and
which is a good thing.
Yes. And as far as the August meeting, there wasn't a lot of other discussion. It really was our tax situation, our municipal tax rate situation, and what we can do about it, and different options. And we're looking to hear feedback from the community. So if anybody has questions or concerns about the things that we're looking at, whether it be a kind of a flat tax cap rebate system or anything like that, contact me or any of us councillors, and we'll discuss it with you, because it's a big decision that we're making, and it kind of affects everybody. And
it does.
And we need the feedback from the citizens on this. It's a big issue and a big discussion that's going on, and everybody needs to be involved. So
yeah, for sure. No, that sounds great. And we did want to just give a shout out here in Oyen and say that the Badland Badgers Baseball Academy is still looking for a few more billet families. So if you do have a room and you'd love to open up your arms to host one of these wonderful ball players, I know Christy Caskey has her phone number up on Facebook many places. You can reach out to her if you would like to help out and host a billet kit this year. They would be very, very appreciative of that. So other than that, I think that's all we have for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed this edition of Councillor's Corner, and we'll see you all in September.